Verbal.
I'm Johnny Vaughan, and this is Fighting Talk, a no-holds-barred sporting debate where a panel of pundits scrap over the burning sporting issues of the week in a bid to be crowned Fighting Talk champion. Good evening and welcome. In the Fighting Talk pick tonight, first up, a former manager of, amongst others, Watford, Villa, Wolves, and of course, England. Here's the man, the legend, Graham Taylor. Good evening, Graham.
Good evening, Johnny.
From The Guardian and Radio 5 Live, it's the voice of boxing and athletics. You name it, he'll commentate on it. A rugby shirt in human form, John Rawling.
Hi, Johnny.
Evening, John, how are you?
I'm very well.
Joining them, former editor of the Daily Mirror and committed gooner, Mr. Piers Morgan. Good evening, Piers.
Good evening.
To complete the panel, an actor, writer and comedian, singer, dancer and model. He is Sport Loopy and he is Sean Rock. OK, that is tonight's panel. Here's how the game works. Fighting Talk's not about being right or wrong, but presenting arguments with conviction, passion, originality and wit. If I'm enjoying what the panellist has to say, they'll be rewarded with points. They'll hear this. If I think they're resorting to waffle and flannel, received wisdom or cliché, they'll lose points and they will hear this. For a stroke of genius, you might see this. For a glimpse of insanity, you might see this. Check his face at the end. It's just good, isn't it? But bore me and be prepared for this. At the end of the game, the two players with the highest scores will meet in a sudden death head-to-head to determine whose name will be going on this magnificent Fighting Talk trophy. Quite a trophy, isn't it, guys? Quite a trophy. OK, gentlemen, your first question is about this lot. Thierry Henry and his chums back in happier times, but what has gone wrong at Arsenal? I'm going to start with John Rawling.
They've lost the mind games. They've lost the mind games to Alex Ferguson. They lost that key game when they were going for 50 games undefeated, and you know, they all went out with a T-shirt underneath their Arsenal strip, and on it said 50 not out, and they're all planning to take that shirt off and just boast, and it didn't happen. In Corporal Jones speak from Dad's Army, they don't like it up them, and every team knows it now.
Thank you very much indeed, John Rawling. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to go with now Piers Morgan.
What a load of absolute rubbish. This is statistically the greatest club side in British football history. Fact. We are the most dominant footballing force this world has ever seen.
That isn't strictly true. I mean, I enjoy your
That is strictly true, actually.
OK, go on then.
That is true, because there is no team in world football that's ever gone an entire league season unbeaten. So we are, factually, the greatest club side ever. Right? We are having a little blip for one reason, to make it more interesting. I suspect Sky have paid us money. I suspect they thought, Roman Abramovich, keep on his good side, but your rubles, my friend, are not going to win you the league.
Thank you very much.
Nor your dodgy little Portuguese guys with
easy now, easy now. An animal. Sean.
He's as mad as Wenger. Have you seen that's part of the problem with Wenger? He's losing it. He's got an eye twitching like Herbert Lom in that last interview. And I think the whole problem with Arsenal is one thing, they've gone through the cocky barrier. You know, the sound barrier, they've gone through the cocky barrier, and on the wrong side of it, there's nothing underneath them. Thierry Henry, every time he scores a goal now, what he does is he just stands around with this sort of proud look on his face, like, well, of course I scored a great goal. You know, I do this every week. They've lost it. And also, I think there's a lot of trouble behind the scenes with Sol Campbell, new contract coming up. Loyalty's not his middle name, is it? I think there's big problems there. I think they're going to lose it. Ferguson's done a number. He's you know that thing when Ferguson got Keegan and his mind just went, that's happened to Wenger. Wenger's gone, he's lost it.
Thank you very much indeed. Graham Taylor, what can you add to the Arsenal debate?
I'll tell you what, I've listened to all three of them there. It could be said much simpler than waffling on like that. They've just forgotten how to lose. And worse than them, they've forgotten how to lose properly. They've lost their discipline. They've forgotten how to lose. Of course you do. When you go, when you go 49 games, when you go 49 games without losing, you forget how to lose. So the loss comes.
How would you know?
And they just don't know how to lose properly. They don't lose with their discipline. Their discipline has now gone completely. The manager, instead of coming out after the 49 games, said, listen, we basically have had a tremendous run. We would The last team we wanted to lose against was Manchester United, but it's happened. Now let's get on with the show. He would have had a lot more
We've lost
sympathy.
2 games in 2 years. Get over it.
Piers, I think he made a valid argument, though, didn't he? It was quite strong.
Well,
it was better than saying Arsenal are the most dominant club side in the world.
They are statistically the most dominant. It's not even my view. It's a fact.
But they're not over the last 6 games, are they?
You would have settled for that.
It worries me more that an ex-England manager used to concentrate on how to lose. That's what worries me.
I think that's below the belt.
I think that was a bit below the belt.
I don't think that is called for at all.
It was
Graham,
94.
it's fighting talk. Sooner or later you have to deal with that.
My turn will come.
It was 94. It was 94. I was 30. I was single. I could have gone.
You've got to know how to lose, and you've got to know how to lose properly. And the best winners know how to lose properly.
Taylor came in, he rubbished the arguments of the other competitors and in his own unique way made his mark on Fighting Talk. OK, let's take a look at the scores at the end of round 1. John is on 7, Graham's on 8, Sean's on 7, Piers just lagging behind a little bit with 5 points. Let's crack on. David Beckham added cars number 62 and 63 to his motor pool recently, including one of these beasts. As any trip to a training ground will tell you, there is no doubting the football boys love their 4-wheel toys, but if they actually were cars, what would they be? For instance, Wayne Rooney, I'm not sure what car it would be, but I suspect it would be stolen and an accident waiting to happen. Let's have your suggestions. I'm going to start with... I think we'll start with Piers.
I think Gary Neville, the Porsche 911, because let's face it, every time you see a Porsche 911, you just think one thing, Pratt, don't you?
Yeah. Sean Locke, what do you think?
Well, it's not strictly a car, but Kieran Fallon, Time Machine. How else is he going to know who won the race? I also Elhar's Juve, one of those old vintage cars you see, you know, the London Brighton rally, just spluttering on the starting line. Like
spitting in other cars, OK.
I'd say the Williams sisters, I'd go Herbie. Herbie.
Why
You know
would
when
you go
Herbie
Herbie?
gets chopped in half and the back overtakes the front,
Yes.
but then the front goes, you know, they was beating each other. Yeah, that was a bit poetic, that.
That's good. Graham.
I go for Alan Shearer. British the Rover. Reliable, dependable, good centre forward, good car, you can rely upon you. Got the old GB number plates on, none of this European trash, these modern cars. Good old Alan. Bit hard to get some spare parts for them now and again, but reliable all the way.
Thank you very much indeed. John Rawling.
David Beckham's bought the right car, hasn't he? That Hummer H2, it's got no acceleration, it's hugely impractical, costs a fortune to run, it's got no acceleration, it's got about as much poke as a milk float, which means that it can't pass anything, which is about...
I would argue that David Beckham does seem to have a bit of poke, if the story's to be true, but go on, crack away, John.
I'm talking about acceleration and speed there, as
OK,
opposed
so,
to
well, so was
delivery.
I, in a manner of speaking, but go on.
And apart from anything else, as I say, it's totally impractical. It's going to be hopeless on the roads of Madrid. It is useless over there. It's just suited perfectly.
Well done, John Rawling. Let's take a look at the scores at the end of that round. John Rawling has opened up a 2-point lead. OK, no show like this would be complete without a quick fire round, so here it is. Fingers on buzzers. Who has the sulkiest face in sport?
Nicholas Anelka, biggest sulk in world sport ever, come on. Even when he got a hat-trick, he wasn't smiling.
OK, I'll give you 2 marks for that. In fact, anyone else? Go on, Graham
Never
Taylor.
mind what they're saying, this buzzer's not working, and I'm going to walk out of the show. They put it on.
I'm going to walk
This
out of this.
buzzer only works.
All right,
there-
Graham, test your
there's
buzzer,
some-
Graham, test your buzzer.
Yeah, now look.
That strikes me as a buzzer that's
Provided it
working.
works. Mourinho.
No, Graham, it's
Mourinho.
unacceptable.
No, Mourinho's got
I'm going to
it.
walk out because my buzzer's
Because
not
my
working.
buzzer's not working.
And I want my ball back.
Absolutely right.
Yeah,
I've got a good one, Tiger Woods.
That's the answer on the card,
Tiger
John.
Woods.
Well done,
Tiger
matey. Tiger Woods, the answer on the card. There we go. Is horse racing bent?
Yes, it's obviously all completely bent. We all know that.
OK, I'll give you a mark for that,
No,
but
no.
it's not the answer on the card.
No,
Sure.
it's not bent. It's just a bit floppy.
OK, thank you. 2 points for that. Go on, Graham.
Of course it's bent, yes, full stop all the way.
The answer on the card, though, which none of you got, is who cares? What's Graham Taylor having for lunch this Sunday? Piers Morgan.
He's going to have the consolation prize for this tournament,
No,
aren't you,
well,
Graham?
good answer, Graham.
Roast pork.
Roast pork. I can't accept that. I spoke to your wife. Mrs. Taylor thought a bit of fish would make a nice change. Who is sport's greatest ever swordsman? John Rawling.
George Best.
David Beckham, surely.
No, I'm afraid the answer is Sergei Golubitsky, 3 times world fencing champion. I don't know what you lot were thinking. How long is Andy Fordham's hair? Piers
2.5
Morgan.
feet.
I need it in centimetres.
62 centimetres.
62 centimetres, you're very close. Sean Locke?
64.
Well, let's find out.
Johnny, I can confirm to you my hair is 64 centimetres long.
64 centimetres, absolutely right.
I'm a big fan.
Who's got the funniest name in sport? Graham Taylor.
Danny Shitu.
Danny, it's good. I'm going to give you a couple of points. Danny, shit too. Sean Locke?
It's a hurling player. It's called Dermot Una Paloma Blanca. Mum Spanish.
You're lying.
Cool.
Okay.
Luciano Crapper, the Italian player playing in the Dutch league.
Okay.
The one I always had incredible difficulty was with a horse called Roger the Butler.
That's very nice. Although the answer I have on the card is former Brighton Bears basketball player Randy Duck. What colour did Alex Ferguson's face go when he learnt that a travelling community had bought the land at the end of his garden? Piers Morgan.
As puce as it normally does when we hammer them.
Well, no. Anyone else? Sean
Sort
Locke.
of lucky heatherish colour.
No. I'll tell you what the answer is. You're getting a point for that. White. As white as a sheet.
That's rubbish.
You never got one. Come on, that's ridiculous answer. When have you ever...
No.
It's already a Chelsea carve-up.
No, it's not a Chelsea carve-up.
When have you
Look,
ever
that's
seen Alex Ferguson's face white? Come on.
When travellers move on to
Permanently
land
red and
near his
occasionally
house,
puce.
and then it was, as I quote, white.
His face is
as
red
white as a
unless
sheet.
It's puce. It's never any other colour, ever.
On the card, white.
I don't care about your
as
card.
white as a
It's a
sheet.
fact. His
Don't
face
do
is
this,
red,
Piers. You're
Johnny.
edging near the final. I almost want to see you there. Do you know what you've just done then, mate? Do you know what you've done to yourself
don't
there? You
care.
were doing really well, and then this is roughly the that. What animal could make the greatest contribution to football? Which animal could make the greatest contribution to football? Sean Locke.
I make meerkats in a wall. A free kick.
Okay, meerkat. Well, that's not bad. Piers Morgan.
Giraffes for corners.
Giraffes with corners, that's good. It's nice. Graham Taylor?
No idea.
Absolutely no idea. John Rawling?
Llamas.
Don't get all sulky because your button
My
didn't work.
buzzer is not working.
Yeah, but that was actually
I'll be
Graham
there,
Taylor
I'll be
getting all...
Nice, Graham.
Go,
You're just too slow, like your management.
Because you looked at me like, I don't know. Oh, I'm not going to play anymore.
I'm not playing this game anymore.
He's getting out of his technical
Oh,
area.
Graham, I can't believe this.
I just
I'm not
love
going to
that
play anymore. John Rawling, you've normally got a good abstract suggestion for things.
I'd go for llamas, because they could spit straight back at people like El Hadji
Oh,
Duke.
it's a lovely little answer. But I'll tell you now, the correct answer is bats. As football linesmen, their inbuilt radar and basic trigonometry could make offside disputes a thing of the past. OK, let's take a look at the scores at the end of that round. Sean Locke on 15, Graham Taylor on 14, Piers a long way behind on 6, John Rawling holding his position in front, 18 points. Next up, one of those saloon bar issues that just won't go away. The sort of question that's provoked argument since man first competed against man, which we call the Fighting Talk Classic. OK, let's try and put this one to bed once and for all. Who is or was the prettiest footballer of them all? I'm going to start with Graham Taylor.
No competition for this at all. Managed him just on the way to Everton. It's not like English people say David Ginola. David Ginola.
David Ginola, you go for it.
He is magnificent. I had him there in the room. He's talking to me there. He's going back with his hair. He's looking at me, the eyes of... And I'm thinking, I've got to keep this fella at Villa. But he ruined it for me.
Okay.
He went to Everton. He was in the... But what I did notice about him as he walked out of the room, there was a little tear in his eye. And when you get that with David, it breaks your heart.
Of course, because he's so pretty.
And for me, David, why did you leave me?
Sean Locke, what would you say?
I'd go for, well, it's obviously Hernan Crespo.
Oh.
Gorgeous, isn't it? Gorgeous. To me, he always looked like the Oxo mum during her heyday. He was such a sort of feminine character. I mean, he made Kate Moss look like Jackie Charlton.
He did, didn't he?
And if you ever see him warming up on the touchline, you'd actually have to go, nudge people, go, excuse me, there's a match on. People, blokes were just going, oh. The only way you'd know he was a man was if he walked into his bedroom and he was bent over, stark naked, doing up his shoelaces. That's the only way. He's a gorgeous, stunning beast of a... Beautiful. Oh.
Thank you very much indeed, Sean. Thank you very much. Piers Morgan, who do you think?
To me, I mean, look, I'm not normally homoerotic about these things.
All right, it's all right.
Not
None of the others had to do that. None of the others had to do that.
I want to make it very
did they?
clear that despite the pink shirt area of the room here, we are very...
This isn't pink, this is emergency pink.
No, apologising for admiring
all right,
another man's
okay.
beauty. Come on, just get on with
I think
it.
quite fancy Freddie Ljungberg. Let's move on. So, for me, there's only one footballer out there who, in my view, encapsulated pure beauty. And you've got to look sometimes beyond the skin, which is just as well. Because this guy had great skin, if you like that kind of thing. He had great cheekbones, a wonderful nose. He had a great physique. He had great thighs. He was a warrior. He was a man that led the back. He was a man who never let you down.
What, who?
Martin Keough.
Martin Keough?
You remember Monkey's Head, but what a monkey's head it was. God, I love that man. I love that man.
So you'd say Martin Keough, and you're saying the prettiest footballer of all time?
Beauty's not a beholder.
The
It's inside you.
OK, the prettiness within Martin Keough.
He was a beautiful man.
John Rawling.
I cannot believe that somebody's saying Martin Keown. The last time I saw somebody like that, he was hanging off the side of a church
But do you know what?
tower.
Actually, do you know what? I'm actually going to give Piers another point, just for his
Thank you.
boldness.
Thank
Just the
you.
fact he's seen something else in this question.
So thinking
No,
laterally.
I'm not, this isn't to mark down the rest of you. I'm just saying Piers has seen something in this and he's gone another way, and we respect that on Fighting
I
Talks.
need the points too. Keep
Yeah,
going.
he needs the points. Go on, John Rawling.
George Best. That's the dark hair, the twinkling eyes, and you only have to meet George
Someone
to
else's
see,
liver.
to see just why people fall for him. It's the charm. Okay, he's let himself go in recent years, but
In recent years, he's let himself go since about 1978.
in his prime, he has been
After
out with
must have
Miss
had a bin on his
Worlds,
head.
we've been with actresses, with models. You know, I mean, they can't all be wrong. Presumably he's either highly good-looking or hung like a rogue elephant. I really don't know. But you know, I mean, this is
A rogue elephant.
This is a man who's got something, and who am I to argue with all those women?
Okay, let's take a look at the scores at the end of that round.
So all change, Sean Locke has stormed off into a 2-point lead.
Okay, let's crack on now with a new topic. In a sentence, gentlemen, England's cricket tour of Zimbabwe. Your thoughts, please. John Rawling.
They absolutely should not be there, in my opinion. I think the ECB, the English County Cricket Board, have bottled it by allowing them to go over there. They had the opportunity to pull them out. The ICC, the international governing body, hinted, in fact, they've near as damn it told them that there would be no sanctions taken against them had they pulled them out of the tour. The players don't want to be there. The country doesn't want them to be there. So what on earth are they doing over there? They should have had the balls to have pulled them out.
Thank you very much indeed. It was a little bit more than a sentence, but I was enjoying it. I hope you haven't destroyed the arguments for other people. Graham, what do you think?
Well, I agree there, but I think the government...
Sorry, how did you open that?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I agree that they shouldn't be there. There's nothing wrong with saying that
No, I
at
just
all.
didn't like to hear someone
No.
on Fighting Talk say I agree with that. You
Well,
couldn't
I
phrase it
agree
like-
that they shouldn't be there.
You should maybe disagree or agree for different reasons.
But what I am saying, if you'd let me say, it's the government. The government are quite happy to interfere when they think it serves their purpose. And they haven't. There's no way that they should have allowed this cricket side to go over to Zimbabwe. They're quite happy, aren't they, to put our armed forces to get rid of one sort of dictator, but they actually let our cricket side go to Zimbabwe to play on a cricket tour, where there is another dictator. Government totally responsible, avoiding all responsibilities.
OK, thank you very much indeed, Graham. Let's go with Sean Locke. What do you think, please?
Olympics 2008, Beijing. Are we not going to turn up for that? Because, you know, they've been a little bit naughty in the past, haven't they?
Yeah, well, now.
Yes, yeah. But, I mean, we play football against Israel. I mean, that's not Camberwick Green either, is it?
No, it's not. Or Chigley.
One of the greatest sporting moments of the last century was Jesse Owens when he at the Berlin Olympics, when he won his 6 gold medals, something like that. I think, you know, the
We
level
say
of-
because of that we still shouldn't play Germany.
No, what I'm saying is that playing sport against regimes that you don't approve of is not necessarily wrong, and it's not necessarily a negative outcome. But also, you know, people, you know, they accept, you know, I'm just running out of steam. I don't know anywhere else to go with it. I just feel quite sort of empty and alone. It's hollow.
Yeah, one of those moments, didn't you? But it doesn't matter. It was only meant to be a sentence. You put yourself under that sort of pressure, Sean. You put yourself. There was no need for that pressure. You could have just stopped and gone, that's what I'm saying. Really punchy ending.
Me, and
No, I just kept looking to you like I wanted more, but, you know.
I stopped caring.
Did you stop caring?
Yeah, I don't
OK,
like
do you know what? I'm
cricket.
going to give you a point. I'm going to give you points for candour.
Yeah.
Piers Morgan.
Everyone says we can't blame the players. Why can't we blame the players? What a bunch of gutless moral cowards they've turned out to be, haven't they? Can you imagine
it's
Ian
unfair,
Botham?
but I like
Can you
it.
imagine Ian Botham going to Zimbabwe? No, I can't. Can you imagine any of that crowd going to Zimbabwe?
You
No, I
probably
can't.
got a
I want to
timeshare.
point that each of the 3 real heroes in England's squad, Graham Thorpe, Stephen Harmison, Andrew Flintoff, they all refused to go. I also want to point, since I'm onto something here, I want to point for every one of the cowardly players who went when if they'd stayed at home, there wouldn't have been a match to play. I want to point for Vaughan, I want to point for Trescothic, I want to point for
All
Goff.
right, no, that's representative. It's good.
Look.
Do you know what you're getting to that, Piers? I think it was a very, very feisty, combative answer. A man who's got the cojones to just firmly look me in the eyes and go, I blame the players. Thank you very much indeed, Piers. Let's take a look at the scores at the end of that round.
John Rawling's on 25, Graham Taylor 1 point behind him on 24, Piers Morgan still at the back with 21, but the leader widening the gap, 32 points for Sean Locke.
Moving on now, El Hadji Diouf disgraced himself by spitting yet again this week. But what other on-field behaviour really makes your blood boil, and how would you punish those offenders? Piers Morgan, Piers.
What really gets me are these players who jump on the backs of their goal scorers to claim the credit. And the worst offenders, always, are United players. And the worst one of those, obviously, is Rio Ferdinand, who has made a trade habit out of leaping on the back of anyone like Van Nistelrooy scores and grabbing it right in the corner by the photographers, going, it was all down to me. It's disgusting, and in my view, the only punishment should be to straddle Vanessa Feltz for about a week.
Okay, it's a lovely punishment. Let the punishment fit the crime.
Exactly.
That's good.
If you like straddling, try that.
Doesn't understand football. You don't understand football. Because my problem is the opposite. It's when a player scores, they run away to celebrate, another player tries to join in, and they petulantly go, get off me, get off me, I scored it, it's my goal. And you think, well, what, have you forgotten about the 30 passes that got it up to the 6-yard line for you to go, ooh, in like that? You know, it's about...
How do they go again?
They go,
ooh. I was like I was there, I felt like cheering.
Yeah, and I think they forget it's a team game. The greatest celebration ever, Charlie George scored that goal in the FA Cup final, just lay down and said, tuck in. Fill your boots.
Beautiful, Sean. Beautiful.
Remember, he scored that goal and he just said, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I love it.
Of course, Piers remembers.
I also remember I was there.
Graham Taylor.
The most disgraceful thing on a football pitch is when you see a player scratching his own testicles. That is absolutely disgraceful. The one that you saw with Vinnie Jones getting hold of Gazzers, that was all right, because they're doing it to one another, and they were loving it. But to do it to yourself, in front, and there's more women coming to the game, it's something you should do in private, that. And they do it in private, but not in public for me. Punishment, cut them off.
OK, Graham. I love it when you get a bit gay. John Rawling.
I hate seeing players dive on the pitch. You know, the con artists, people who just basically try and cheat. And we know some of the people who do it, and it's just you just hate seeing it. So I think it's one of the worst things.
John,
in
I'm going to have to
football.
mark you down here. It just feels a bit like some kind of received wisdom. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like your heart's in this one.
Listen, it isn't. It isn't.
Because it doesn't feel like it's in it. He's gone with like all the diving.
And what's more?
What about gloves? Players
What's
wear
more,
gloves.
I think that the referees should be trained in martial arts
That's
to
better.
actually give summary justice and pain there
Summary
and then.
justice. These are phrases
Get
amazing.
these divers down there. Let's get Uriah Rennie trained in the arts of kickboxing or whatever, karate, and let's see him give him a kicking, because that would teach him once and for all.
Thank you much. There you see the punishment of the crime. Hang on, wait for the expensive graphic to go. Go on, Sean.
I think he's wrong, because surely a referee's job is to make the game flow, not to beat
What,
up
with
the
diving?
players.
Well, you don't think that a referee can dish out summary justice?
A little bit of diving, there's no harm in that. It's a little bit of diving.
No, I don't think that's good.
Oh, I think we're too hung up on the minor infringements of the game.
OK, let's have a look at the scores.
Sean Lock still in pole position.
OK, we're approaching the finish. There's still injury time. And as we know, the whole game can change in this crucial period. We've had plenty of argument and controversy, but what sporting issues have preoccupied you lot this week? What's had you jumping for joy or driven to distraction? Sean Lock.
I would say that the thing I was surprised by was the appointment of Alistair Campbell on the Lions tour by Clive Woodward as a press consultant. I mean, it's supposed to be sport, it's supposed to be a clean, honest game. And he's a very dodgy, snake-like character. But I can just see the situation where the All Blacks have beaten the British Lions. You know, and he comes out and goes, no, they didn't, we won. You know, if he's sort of track record with Labour.
Spinner us up.
Yeah, no, we didn't. He said they scored more points than us. He goes, doesn't matter, we still won. Just if he bangs the message home enough, we won, it's fine, brilliant. Right. It spoils the game. It's supposed to be a pure, honest, simple game played by young men clashing together, their bodies heaving in a big cluster. All right, I've got the message.
Graham Taylor.
Terry Edwards. It's a lovely, great story, this. No, it is.
Okay.
See, for amateur football, amateur boxing, this is a 61-year-old. He's been just inducted into the Coaching Hall of Fame. And this fella, at 61 years of age, he helped Amir Khan get a silver medal in the Olympics. And I'll tell you what, this fella has been tremendous for amateur boxing. And what we do, we go all with these stories, give this fella great credit for what he's done. And to be able to help a 17-year-old boy achieve a silver medal, then Terry Edwards deserves everything. Fantastic story.
Well, we're moved. John Rawling.
I was absolutely delighted to watch that boxing match on Sunday morning between Eric Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera for the World Super Featherweight title.
This wasn't the bit that was just what have you enjoyed this week on telly?
Hey,
It was something which proved that boxing is a long, long way from being dead. There are so many people in the media who like to write boxing's obituary as though somehow it finished with Muhammad Ali or it finished with Lennox Lewis or whatever. These two little guys fought each other to the point of a standstill virtually. It was a wonderful fight. It was a brilliant fight, Johnny, quite brilliant. And people who say that the sport's over, if they'd watched that, they'd change their mind.
Okay, thank you very much indeed, John Rawling. Piers, I imagine there's something been bothering you this week.
Tony Banks, former sports minister, biggest disgrace to British politics, arguably since the war. A man who said when he quit, he hated all his constituents. I've got news for you, pal. They hated you as well, almost as much as the media did. The man who allowed Man United to put out the FA Cup was his only thing that he did as sports minister. A disgrace to the name of politics, to sport, to everything.
Thank you very much. Time for the final scores and to see who'll be going head-to-head in the final showdown.
Well, John Rawling's got 35, Graham has 38, Piers just behind him on 37, and Sean Locke way out of the lead with 44.
It's going to be Sean versus Graham. They're going to be scrapping out to see whose name will be the very first to go on the Fighting Talk Trophy of Champions. Here's how the head-to-head works. I've got two subjects here. Each of these envelopes contains an unlikely sporting premise. It'll be your job to defend it with passion, vigour and conviction, no matter how abhorrent you find the notion contained in this envelope. It's not for the faint-hearted. This is why it's called Defend the Indefensible. To win, you'll need to keep your argument going for a full 20 seconds. Once you've both done it, I will choose the pundit that rose to the challenge with the most conviction and who becomes our winner. Are you up for this, Graham?
I am. Very much so.
Sean, are you right up for this? OK, let's defend the indefensible. OK, I'm going to toss the coin. Graham, heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads it is. Do you want to go first or second?
I will go first.
You're going to go first, OK. Your subject, very simply. England need a new manager, and the only man for the job is me. You have 20 seconds starting now.
Yes, it's quite right, that. It should be me. The experience that I've had there by failing the first time means you've got to be successful the second time. The experience that I have dealing with players is absolutely first class. We've got a Swede in there, we've had a turnip. Why not come back again and do exactly the same? There is no other person for the England job but me.
Thank you very much indeed, Graham Taylor. It was a very good, spontaneous 20 seconds. Sean Locke, I've got your subject here now. If there's any justice in the world, Robert Mugabe will win BBC's International Sports Personality of the Year. You've got 20 seconds starting now.
Well, normally the people you'd expect to win the sporting personality here are sportsmen like, you know, Kelly Holmes. Yeah, they're big on the sport. They're all big on the sport. But Mugabe, big on the personality. Boy, has that guy got personality. You know what they say, personality talk. He just takes over farms and his personality is huge. And I think that would drive him forward to the very pinnacle of sporting achievement.
Oh, it was good. It was very good. It's a tricky one, Sean. That was very good. You went with personality rather than the sporting aspect. Graham made a very good case of why you should be back as England manager. You have had a good night. On balance, it's such a tricky, Sean. Do you know what? I'm very sorry, Sean Locke, but tonight our winner is Graham Taylor.
Well done, Graham.
Do you know what? It's not often you've heard that.
I'm not used to this.
You're really not used to
winning.
You look uncomfortable with victory. My thanks to Graham Taylor. Well done, Graham. John Rawling, thanks, John.
Thank you.
Sean Locke, thanks, Sean.
Wrestling, it's fixed. It's the same.
Okay, thank you very much. And of course, Piers Morgan, thank you very much indeed, Piers. All that remains is to present the Fighting Talk Trophy to our glorious victor, Graham Taylor. You'll find silver feels quite weird, but you'll enjoy it. If you'd like to prepare to kiss it and raise it in the time-honoured manner of the true champion. In the meantime, that was Fighting Talk. See you next week. Good night.